The mysterious dinner. It was a quiet Friday evening when Sarah invited her close friends and family to her house for a special dinner. She had been planning it for weeks. The table was beautifully set with candles, flowers, and a delicious meal. Everyone was excited to be together. Sarah smiled and opened the door to welcome her guests. First, her best friend, Lisa, arrived. Then came Mark, Sarah's cousin, and finally, her brother, Tom, who was always late. "Hey everyone, thank you for coming," Sarah said happily. "We are excited to be here," Mark said, looking at the food. "Everything looks amazing, Sarah." Lisa added, "I can already smell the food. It's going to be a great evening." As they all sat down to eat, Sarah noticed something strange. Her phone kept buzzing on the table. She picked it up and saw a message. It said, "Someone at this table is hiding a secret. You will find out tonight." Sarah felt a chill. Who sent this message? Was it a joke? She looked at everyone's faces, but no one seemed to notice her surprise. She tried to ignore the message and continued with the dinner, but then another message came through. Mark is not telling the truth about his job. Sarah's heart raced. What was going on? She decided to wait and see if anyone would say something unusual. Later, as they all talked and laughed, Lisa suddenly turned to Sarah and said, "I have to tell you something. I think I've seen Tom talking to your ex-boyfriend recently. Is that true?" Sarah's face turned pale. Tom was always so secretive about his life. Why was he talking to her ex? Then Mark looked nervous and said, "I have something to tell you, Sarah. I've been lying about my job. I lost my job last month, but I didn't want to tell anyone." Sarah felt confused. Everything was falling apart. Who was sending these messages? What was going on? As the evening went on, the messages kept coming, each revealing something about the guests at the table. They were starting to feel uncomfortable. Finally, Sarah decided to share everything with the group. "I don't know who is sending these messages, but they are true. Mark lost his job. Tom has been talking to my ex, and I received another message about all of us," Sarah said, her voice shaking. Everyone looked shocked. But just then, Sarah's phone buzzed one last time. The final message said, "It's time for the truth. The dinner is over. You all know the secrets now." At that moment, they all looked at each other in silence. It was clear that the evening was not just about food, it was about revealing the truth hidden in secrets and lies. Suddenly, Sarah's phone rang. She answered it quickly. "Hello?" It was her grandmother. "Sarah, I'm sorry I didn't tell you earlier. I was the one sending the messages tonight. I wanted to remind you all that secrets never stay hidden for long. I hope tonight you learned something about each other." Everyone was quiet, but they all understood. The dinner had revealed more than just food. It had revealed the truth. The morning after, Sarah woke up feeling uneasy. The dinner had been far from normal. She kept replaying the events in her head, the strange messages, the secrets revealed, and the tension at the table. "I need to talk to Grandma," Sarah said to herself. She got dressed and headed to her grandmother's house. When Sarah arrived, her grandmother greeted her with a warm smile. "I was expecting you, dear," she said, pouring tea. "Grandma, why did you send those messages?" Sarah asked, her voice filled with confusion and frustration. Her grandmother looked at her kindly. "Sometimes people hold on to secrets for too long. I wanted to help you and your friends face the truth. It wasn't to hurt anyone, Sarah. It was to heal." Sarah sighed. "It caused a lot of problems. Mark was embarrassed, Lisa was upset, and Tom hasn't spoken to me since." "Problems can lead to solutions," her grandmother said. "Now it's your turn to bring everyone together again." By the end of the week, Sarah could feel the change. The tension from the dinner had begun to fade, replaced by small but meaningful efforts to rebuild trust and understanding. Mark had thrown himself into job applications with Sarah's support. They spent an afternoon sitting at her kitchen table, editing his resume and searching for opportunities online. When Mark received a call for an interview, he looked at Sarah with a mix of relief and gratitude. "Thank you, Sarah," he said. "I don't think I could have done this alone." Sarah smiled. "You don't have to do anything alone. We're all here for you." Lisa and Sarah had a heartfelt conversation during their coffee meeting. As they laughed about the chaotic dinner, Lisa admitted she had been nervous about how Sarah would react to the truth. "I thought I was protecting you," Lisa said, stirring her latte. "I know," Sarah replied, "but next time, just be honest with me. I'd rather hear the truth from you than from, well, a mysterious text message." They both laughed, and Sarah felt a weight lift. Their friendship felt stronger than ever. The talk with Tom, however, took more effort. Sarah and Tom met at a park, a neutral and calming space. They walked for a while in silence before Tom finally spoke. "I didn't mean to hurt you," Tom said. "When your ex contacted me, I wasn't sure if I should tell you. I thought it might bring up bad memories." "It wasn't your decision to make, Tom," Sarah replied. "I deserved to know. What hurt the most wasn't the message itself. It was the fact that you didn't trust me enough to share it." Tom stopped walking and looked at her. "You're right. I was wrong. I'll do better, Sarah. I promise." Sarah nodded, feeling the sincerity in his voice. "That's all I needed to hear. Let's move forward. No more secrets between us." "Deal," Tom said, offering a small smile. That Friday evening, exactly 1 week after the infamous dinner, Sarah hosted a smaller, more casual gathering at her home. This time, there were no grand table settings or elaborate meals, just pizza, soda, and a lot of laughter. As they all sat together, Sarah noticed how much lighter the atmosphere was. Mark was sharing funny stories from his old job, Lisa was teasing him about his interview nerves, and Tom was cracking jokes like the good old days. For the first time in a while, Sarah felt truly content. Her phone buzzed. She looked down to see a message from her grandmother. "You see, dear, the truth might be messy, but it brings people closer. Always trust in honesty." Sarah smiled and looked around the room. Her grandmother was right. What had started as a chaotic dinner full of tension had ended with deeper connections and a stronger bond between her friends and family. As the night went on, Sarah raised her glass and said, "To honesty and to all of us." The group cheered, their laughter filling the room. For Sarah, this was the beginning of a new chapter, one where trust and openness would always be at the center of her relationships. Secrets never stay hidden forever. Eventually, the truth comes out, and this can cause discomfort or even misunderstandings. Honesty is essential to maintain good relationships, and hiding the truth can lead to negative consequences. Maintaining an open and clear dialogue with the person you love is essential to creating strong and lasting relationships. The end.